with a flag salute. Mikey, would you like to lead us?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have all four of our members here, so we have a quorum today. To call for other business items that are not on the agenda from you guys first before I bring up mine.
Needs to be business, but stuff I want to talk about. The big community meeting, of course, and then America 250.
Okay, we can talk about that one on this one, and then we can talk about the cleanup day at the bottom. Okay. Would you like to tell us about the 250?
Oh, well, it's a thing that had come before the city council, and they didn't think they had the bandwidth to use to make it happen. And I being a person, I said, this will not stand. So 50 years ago, I headed up the bicentennial thing. We had the wagon train and all that here in Toledo, and so I thought, you know, there's a whole lot of people have been dedicating a lot of their time and effort into making Toledo a neat place to live and all of that. And to just say, yeah, we're not interested in America 250 for the semi-quincentennial. Is that what it's called? Something like that. I said we should get together, and so one of the things that we were told is that to have the city do this, it would have to have their a city council member head the whole thing up and run it, and so I called the person who's in charge of this, Rain Alston, and she lives up in Tacoma, but she's the head person from Washington, America 250. And she said, no, it doesn't have to be a council member, it just be somebody that is a person of contact or point of contact for the city. That could be the mayor, it could be a communications manager, it could be a park or recreation director, preservation committee member, all kinds of things. So I gave Elizabeth a call and said, would you be interested in being the person who maybe could be the connection, the EOC, the person of contact for the city? And she said, sure, I could do that. And I don't think it'll involve very much from the city. I know it certainly didn't when we did the bicentennial back 50 years ago, but that was a different time. Anyhow, so we I contacted a couple other people, and we're going to get together tomorrow night at our arts center on the road at 6:30, and we're going to talk about, well, what can we do? What is possible here, with the goal of coming up with something to present to the city council on Monday. Rachel said she would, and with Sarah would put that on the agenda for the city council meeting on Monday. And so we're going to try to come up with some kind of a proposal that we can operate to make this thing happen in Toledo. I was kind of going, oh, well, they don't really want to do it. And then I looked looked at here, okay, here are the partners and the partners, they're looking down. Oh, for Lewis County, that's Central, Vader. What, Vader's gonna do it? And we're not. And that was my shot.
I think it's a spectacular idea.
Yeah,
Are we gonna meet with her next week?
we'll just see what is possible. I don't know as if the city has to do anything. There was a list of suggestions, but they said you can do anything you want. Doesn't matter to the state. The point of getting the city onto this and their stamp of approval for it is to get then there's a banner thing that the company or that the not the company the organization America 250 for Washington puts out, and there's some little tiny benefits like your organization and name are on their website, and you can post America 250 related events and activities on our statewide calendar, and we can use the official Washington State America's 250th logo and other marketing materials. There's also various toolkits and blah, 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 and monthly partner newsletter, and we can use their 4 promotional videos, so that can go into the however we figure out how to use that, and updates for special events and stuff. And so I'm thinking that we can, as a town, we could promote cheese days. There's a bluegrass festival. There's the day in walk in the park. There's all kinds of things that we already do that we could let the rest of the state know. And
I think that's wonderful.
yeah.
Would you mind emailing me that so I could
Sure.
read it sometime?
Sure, yeah. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow night at our meeting.
I will
Get away, yeah.
I will try to make it.
And anybody else? Thanks. And Joe, because I already contacted Joe about, we're gonna combine the Vision Toledo board meeting with the Vision Toledo wine and cheese tasting thing, which is what we had planned to do anyhow. And so the more the merrier.
I like it.
Mike, how big is the banner they supply?
All I've seen is that it's on the internet, and it's a ribbon that goes to. It's somehow it writes out 250 in red, white, and blue. Whether that is something that's printed up or not. We haven't really looked into it beyond what I've just told you.
We'll get more information next week when we meet with her.
At this point, we just want to see if the city wants to do it, and if the city wants to do it, then we move ahead. If the city doesn't want to do it, then our historical society can do it, Mission Field can do it, just leave the city out of it, and which would be a shame.
Well, we'll get information and then we'll let you know what they say next week. We don't know what day yet. That is great. Very happy about that. Do you have any other business besides that?
Other than the big community meeting on next Tuesday on St. Patrick's Day, the high school, and the schedule I've gotten, I had Rachel say that she was going to talk about the walk in the park. Are you aware of that?
I'll be there. I'll be at the, is she gonna?
Well, she said, I don't think she said it to me
I'll,
person to person, but I think I got it through a internet thing, but
I'll.
yeah, you can talk with her. I do need to make sure I adjust my program that I'm gonna have to, so everybody knows. That you speakers know what's going on. And what's
Yeah.
next.
I'll write her and then I'll
Agenda.
write you and let her know what she says.
So hoping she'll be.
Okay. The other business item we have, I'd like to entertain a motion to change officially change the date and time of our park board meetings
Wherever.
forever until we change it again.
I'll make a motion that we move our park board meetings to the second Thursday of the month at 4 o'clock.
Is that okay with you, Ann? Yeah. I know that's.
Yes.
When you work.
A second.
Wait, yeah,
Second.
I second first.
Motion by Gary, seconded by Ann. Motion carries.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta call for the vote.
Oh, vote. Sorry, missed that part. All in favor,
Aye.
I-
all opposed. Motion carries. I'd like to entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So.
Second.
All in favor,
Aye.
Aye.
all opposed. Motion carries. Board reports. Do you have anything to report, Gary?
No.
Yeah.
Just what I just got.
Okay. Clerk report?
Okay, so we officially have a park host. His name is Damian Huckabee. Him and his family came from Oklahoma, I think, for a second. He was gonna be here tonight, but his wife Pat got called into work early down in Vancouver, so he had to stay with the kids. He said he will be here at the next meeting, so you guys can meet him and everything. He's getting situated down there. We just got internet installed in the park as of yesterday.
Amazing.
So things are moving forward. We should be good to go and ready to open by April 1st. That moves into the ADA compliant doors. Those have been ordered. We're just waiting for them to arrive, and once that happens, then we'll be notified on when they're gonna be installed.
They installed by
It'll be by the regular specialty.
the people that make the doors.
Oh, I don't know.
What's
the It-
problem?
They ordered them, and I don't know where they ordered them from. They're the people that we got the contract
Yeah.
through. So yeah, they'll be doing that, but I know they placed the order. And then they are also the same people that council approved to do the playground fill project, so that will be,
Great.
it's expected to be completed by opening day. They don't have a day scheduled yet, we just signed the contract with them.
Awesome.
So things are moving forward and
No, it was, are the Huckabees going to live at the park?
yes, yeah.
Get that.
I'd like to discuss the remaining issues.
Your part is coming up, so that's when we can discuss. Yep.
So question, a couple months ago when we talked about park host, it said that Public Works was gonna do the maintenance. But then on that one billing thing that came with a flyer and then the job description, it said they were doing maintenance.
So they're still trying to work that out, I guess. Part of that was because of the last park host, he wasn't able to do a whole
Right.
lot. So that's where Public Works took back a lot of things. Damien is ready to do kind of whatever.
Okay.
So they're letting him get settled since we have some time before the park opens. John has been down there meeting with him a couple times, working with him to kind of show him where everything is, what's what. He's willing to do a majority of the maintenance at the park unless Public Works is needed for something. So,
Is this a retired person or
he works or stays home. His wife works, I guess. Has a couple young kids. So, very nice family. Came up here because they had family here, so. Yeah.
Good.
They're just getting situated, and once they kind of figure out who's doing what, then that'll be squared away, but I mean, he'll work in conjunction with Public Works on making sure everything's taken care of at the park.
Can't wait to meet him.
yeah?
Yeah, he felt bad not being able to be here.
But we definitely understand
Yeah, I
kids.
told him, I was like, nope, family
Yep.
happens, it's all
Yep.
good. So,
Do we have any other applications for park board? Did we get any more in?
I haven't seen any.
Do you know if Caitlin made a paper that we can share on the community pages to let people know to come apply?
I know there was one that went out, I don't know, she handles all that with Rachel, so
Okay.
I can make a note of it and see if that can.
Wasn't on that flyer? Didn't it say there was a park board vacancy?
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
there should be something outside too.
Yeah,
But, oh, yeah.
yeah.
All right, Joe, it's your time to shine. If you have anything you want to say.
Hi, I'm Joanna Jones and live just outside of Toledo. I had a young boy from the high school, name's Drew. And we planted the trees in the park. They're look way smaller than they did when they were in their pots. With the fire. So we'll see if they can live through the cold weather here now that we've, it's better for them, but. And there might be more coming depending on what Weyerhaeuser, when they have their tree sale, which is coming up the end of the month.
Planet trees.
Well, some of everything, a couple of big leaf maples, leafy lace, red leaf maples, cedar, couple of cedars. And a couple of, I don't know what. I can't remember anymore, lost the tags and, and they're started from scratch, so.
And what did you plant them?
Mostly where the other ones were that had fallen, where all along the side to the school and through the camping area.
Yeah.
So.
Good.
That is amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
So he got his community hours.
Ah,
Oh,
perfect. Definitely need those. Don't have a park post report yet.
Elizabeth, we got something that, it's called Outlook Message to the Park Board from Jay Crow. Are you gonna talk about that?
Yes. Yeah, we will be up there. On the under new business. We don't have a public hearing. Public comment on agenda items. Would any of you guys want to talk?
I'm here to answer any questions about cleanup day if you guys have them.
Okay. Yeah. Then we are on to new business about the arborist.
Okay, I read this and, I saw that, that they were looking for an arborist, somebody, and. I'm not, I don't know for sure if this person is an arborist, I doubt it, but he is the park manager for Longview. And they've got lots of trees and lots of parks and lots of stuff, and so I'm thinking that he probably has a good, connection or somehow to.
Yeah,
For an arborist.
maybe would you like to reach out and find out about that and see how much it would cost?
Well, I was gonna just give this information to Jay, because he's looking at, he doesn't know how much it would cost or anything. I
Right.
said, well, here's the card.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yep. We can pass that on. So the next step in this would be seeing what everything is, and it would obviously have to go to council. If that's something we want to move forward with, just because of, it's gonna cost money.
Yes,
But Jay did bring it up, especially with Joe planting new trees, making sure that, everything's good and healthy and.
makes sense.
Yeah.
We gotta take care of our trees or they all fall apart.
That's what all that was from. So, yeah, I can pass that along and I can bring an update next meeting.
Thank you. Moving on to unfinished business, the citywide cleanup day 2026. Would you like to come up here and talk to us about what you guys did last year and what was successful and what wasn't?
I'm Sandy here, a resident just outside the city. And I'm a member of Vision Toledo, and they asked me to handle the cleanup day this year. And so I did. Actually, they asked me to make a phone call to Rachel, and then that wound up being all of the rest. What we did. There were few, if any, records of what had been done in the past. And I was a new resident of the town, so we just kind of did what we thought needed to be done. First of all, I drove around the entire town, which doesn't take too long, thank goodness. Making notes of things that needed attention. Some of them were on private property, some of them were on public property, some of them were businesses. And so we knew that we couldn't handle the private property things, nor should we tackle the city things. So we went with those things that were public property, like the boat landing and sidewalks and things like that. So we made a list, and then we prioritized that list of the various tasks that we thought needed to be done. After that, we put out the call at the big meeting for people to volunteer. We got 2 people to volunteer at that meeting. I don't know if that's typical or because it hadn't been done the year before or whatever the cause, but we didn't get much response to that. One gentleman offered a truck and the other one offered to help with the Facebook things. So that individual put it on Facebook so people could sign up there. By the time we had the event on May 31st, which is a Saturday, we had 12 people registered, and I'm thinking, what are we gonna do? We got a lot of projects, we're not gonna get much of it done. On the day of the event, though, we had 42 people show up.
That's typical.
I know, I have learned since then that in Toledo, people just didn't show up.
Yeah.
So they did. And what I think was most successful, at least what I was told, even by Sarah and Caitlin when I was sharing this with them, I made 5x8 index cards for each project, and I think we had something like 31 projects. We got 30 of them done. Was that the number I told you, Sarah?
You got most of them done.
And for each project, I went back through town for the ones we had prioritized, took pictures of that area. I got a map out of the Toledo telephone book, and I marked it on that map and put that on the card too. And then I listed what tools needed to be used for the project, and a place for people to write their names that they were the ones that wrote on the project. I also included with it a raffle ticket because we raffled off a pizza oven. And when people came back, depending on how big the task was, that's how many tickets they got. Some tasks were a lot more complicated than others. But like Sarah said, we got just about everything done. And as I drive around town now, most of those things still look pretty good.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so it was a lot of work. The Market Fresh provided all of the hamburgers, hot dogs, and other things that went with it for lunch because we served lunch to people. We had a morning crew and an afternoon crew, and some people stayed for both. Dan Gordon and Joe Notch took care of the barbecue for us. What else did I forget, Mike?
You covered it well, and
Yeah.
I'm wondering,
Pretty good overcap.
yeah, I'm wondering if you figured out a way to streamline those cards, make it a little easier for you to put together, because that was very labor intensive,
Well,
you know.
I have a thing called a sprocket, and it's a little printer, it's about this big, and you can print directly from your phone. And it has adhesive on the back. And so I went around town and I took those pictures, and then I just put it in my sprocket and got the pictures out. That was very helpful.
Yeah.
People really liked that because they knew exactly what they were supposed to be working on. Okay? I don't think I want to mess with that. Maybe there are fewer projects or maybe 2 people working on putting the cards together, but that was the thing that I think was the most successful aside from the number of people who participated. And the pizza oven that the Chappelle's really enjoyed. But the thing that I don't think we're gonna be able to change the way volunteers sign up. We had some Boy Scouts there, we had some seniors there, we had lots of people from other groups. But, the thing that I think needs some work is figuring out how to get all of the tools and utensils you want there. I brought bucket loads of stuff for my own house. We have a farm and there's lots of tools and what have you. My son's a tool fanatic, so we had a lot of stuff. But we couldn't count on people bringing their tools. The other thing that would have been very helpful was if we had more pressure washers and sources of water to do it. We borrowed the water tank that was not being used from up at the, what do they call the what? Maintenance yard, yeah. We borrowed the water tank from the maintenance yard. My son put it on his trailer. We filled it up at our house. And then he took the pressure washer and he was pressure washing all day. He did it at the boat landing and then he went over to the park and he was doing it there. He took off probably 3 inches of moss on the bandstand. And we found out there was a big crack there and what have you. So that took the better part of the whole afternoon. But it won't have to be done that much this year, if that's what you choose to do. So, just having a better method for getting tools, making sure the tools get back. Everybody liked having lunch, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, free food.
Free food, yeah, free food talks. So, you have any other questions for me, or do you remember anything else that,
You're gonna have the sign up list anyhow at the big meeting?
since it's a city event now, I told them I would do whatever they wanted me to do, so I'm going with the direction from them.
So because it's a city event, we have to make sure that volunteers sign the, I can't think of what it's called right now, but that waiver thing, so we will be handling that through Contigo, like we do with like the Santa Parade and the walk in the park and all of that. So that'll be going out here shortly. We wanted to get discussion done first before we start moving into other areas and stuff.
Well, I would like to have, if we're gonna have a sign up list, to have it at the big meeting, because then you might get 2 or 3 people, who knows, but. You
Well,
might
every
get-
opportunity we have would be
Right.
great.
Maybe because it's the second time happening. If I get a dozen
We
people.
have the big banner that Vision Toledo paid for last year, and all I need to do is change the
change the
numbers
date.
on it, whatever you guys choose to do it. So we'll put that banner up at the community corner again, and I think it might also be helpful to put flyers up in businesses. We did some of that last year, and that at least got the word out to people who don't usually frequent the Facebook pages and
Right,
things
yep,
like that.
and that's on Caitlin's to-do list. She'll be creating a flyer to put out, and the event details will go in the next newsletter she sends out too,
Okay,
so.
yeah, we'll get more distribution, but I think your volunteers will decrease slightly because of the waiver that you're required to do. People are more casual than that, and so they just showed up at the event last year.
Yeah.
And if they just show up, we need to have that waiver there for them to sign.
Yeah, it will have to be, yeah, we'll have a tablet, that's what we've done at the last couple events.
Okay.
It's a liability form, there's a name for it, I just can't think of what it is.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, so yeah,
Sign
well,
here.
yep, we'll have that so that we can make sure that everybody is good to go.
Oh, and then one other thing I didn't mention, I created swag bags for everybody who volunteered. There were thank you gifts in them. I made little keychains for people. That was in this little bag that we gave them. We gave them a personal first aid kit that went in the bag that I got at Dollar Tree. What else did we have in there? Oh, I had a granola bar in there, a bottle of water. Some little candy something.
How'd you pay for all that? Was it?
I gave you a bill for $216
Good.
when you had told me there was no money.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but people were thankful for that. You know, you do work and nobody says thank you or pat you on the back or anything. It's not a good,
Yeah.
not a good sign.
It's great for appreciation.
It is, and they need to be appreciated. They did a lot of hard work. There was some community building that went on and that was fun to watch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that.
We had that in the park. So it was a drizzly day, not this bad, but it was a drizzly day on May 31st last year. And so we were all kind of huddled inside the eating area in the park.
Mm,
It worked out okay.
these make
Okay, we're
sense.
looking at May 30th, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Think they're good.
Does your son want to donate another pizza oven?
I know, I can ask him.
We would love that to figure out something that we could have to get people excited about raffles. We'll have to, you know, if that works out, that'd be awesome. If not, we can look around.
Well, he has pizza ovens, he has outdoor heaters.
Those are
I had a
nice.
cat that got out this afternoon that I would have given away if I couldn't have found it.
Andy, could we put down a time for this on this calendar so that you're looking at 9:30 or so?
We did 2 shifts because we didn't think people could dedicate their entire day. So we had the morning shift that went from 9:30 to 11:30. And then we had the afternoon shift that went from 1 to 3. And we had lunch in between, and no matter which shift you were coming in on, you could meet at the park for lunch. So you could meet at the park after you were done with your job, or you could meet at the park before you went to your job. We even had one couple who were new to the community who worked on the big wheel that's in front of Steamboat Alley,
Hmm.
and they weren't done with it, so they took it home and finished it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I like that.
Did you ever see it again?
Yeah. They hung it very next week. So, yeah, we had lots of good people.
All right.
Lots of good people.
That sounds amazing. I think I have all the information I need from you. I just have some questions I have to ask you guys so you guys can make some decisions for it.
Okay.
So you are free to sit.
Thank you.
A few decisions, actually. Okay, there were thoughts on having a community yard sale. What do you guys think about that?
Can I ask a dumb question?
Sure.
I'm all for this, but what does the park board role in this citywide? I mean, I would think we would be making recommendations how to take care of the park and all that, but now we're getting out into the community and all this, that's not our job.
Well, the quad parade
I
is
know.
happening without it being at the park
I know.
too.
And this is a city-sponsored activity,
Yes.
right?
Mhm.
So they have to approve whatever we are gonna recommend.
Yes.
Is the city recommending anything?
Yeah.
I mean,
So we just, at this point, we got all the information. When we met with Sandy of how everything was and ideas kind of jotted down for the differences that she explained. Everything that's laid out, so now it's, how do we wanna move forward, and then that'll be taken back to the city, so this is literally just the first meeting discussing this.
Yeah, when we did this a few times before Sandy entered in the picture, we would ask the city park guys, what do you need to have done, you know?
Yeah.
We definitely need a list. for
That's
sure.
been the biggest thing was it used to be Public Works would come in, which I have on here. They will give a list of, these are all the things that we need help with.
Yeah.
So it's bringing the community together. How can we make the community better? That we do have our park, there's a few mini parks around here. What can we do to make the city better? And then also helping someone who might need help.
So that they sit down with Sandy, I guess, and say, here's a list of stuff. Yeah.
Do we want to have a post, can Caitlin make a post for the community to ask what other people have noticed about the city that needs fixed in case Public Works didn't list it on their page of things?
I mean, we haven't gotten a list. This is literally like, this is the
Right.
beginning step. So that's where I'm saying, like, Public Works hasn't given us a
Yeah.
list yet. They usually do that once it gets a little bit closer.
Yeah,
Sometimes they already have stuff
can
that's
we,
already listed out.
okay. I was wondering if we could make a post about it while they're still looking too, in case there's stuff on the communities list that doesn't end up on public, and then we can put it together.
So the only thing with that is there's no commenting on our Facebook. There's zero commenting. It's literally just an informational page.
Okay. Okay. Yes, Sandy.
Question, Sarah,
Mm.
when we were talking, we talked about 2 different alternatives for approaching the cleanup day. One was the painting of this building and the other was doing projects like we did last year.
Right.
And did you guys make a decision on that, or is that yet to come?
That's these guys.
Okay.
What's that got?
What is it?
What's that got to do with us? As far as refurbishing buildings and whatnot? It's not on the park site. We're supposed to be taking care of the parks. And we should be recommending what needs to be done on this day.
We should also be going around the city and looking to see what all the things that are falling apart would be, for sure. But that does include like our entire inside city limits areas, like if sidewalks are messed up or if there's stuff growing that shouldn't be there, just to make it's like a beautification, kind of the same way Castle Rock does it.
Was on city council, they used to do that. And check out those things, and it was their responsibility to come up with some things too, and direction if it's a city sponsored activity. I'm for this, I'm not against it, I'm just saying now we're branching out to areas I don't think we're involved with as far as park board. That's just my thought,
Yeah, I agree that
I-
I should try to stay focused.
focus on what we're doing. I mean, a good example is that I was all for it, Santa Quad Parade, but we assumed that didn't have anything to do with the park.
Yes.
So
We do have a lot of mini parks here. We could be working on those.
on those things, yeah.
We did work on some of those, the cleanup, we cleaned up the area around the jail, Steamboat Landing, where else did we work with that?
We did the water tower,
Yeah,
your son, he blasted that,
yeah.
that's great. We did all over it.
Sure.
It's, the problem here is, it's a volunteer thing, not separating it from the park board. But whoever's in control of clean up the park makes sense to clean up the rest of the town too. This is where kids get their volunteer hours, all kinds of stuff happen. And, you know,
Not
otherwise
specific.
you're talking two different events. The park board's gonna do only park board stuff. And then we have to organize another cleanup, do you know what I mean, separate from that in the city. So it just makes sense to me to just do it all at the same time.
And to be brutally honest, just on my part, I was disappointed when I heard that city council didn't want to take part in that America 250. And if they don't want to take part in that kind of national celebration, I don't think they're going to pick up the gauntlet for a community cleanup day.
Right.
Maybe somebody else has to do it and let them know that it'll work, because that's what I found last year. The city didn't want to get involved with it. And they couldn't help us with many things because it would have been considered gifting an organization that's not part of the city. And so we went on it on our own. And then when I came back and reported to them that we had 42 volunteers and did 30+ projects and what have you, there were jobs that were dropping. Well, maybe this would be an event that would be another draw dropping event, so that city council would see that those sorts of things are successful in Toledo.
Yeah, what do you think about making it our primary focus on the parks and Steamboat Alley, and then if we have extra time? we
Well, I'm
can-
all for that. I just don't think we should be come to the park board for all these things citywide when the city council's responsible for that.
Yeah.
I'm agreeing with Gary here.
Okay. Mike,
I agree with it.
all right,
I mean, city council could have come and said, hey, park board, would you take over the citywide cleanup? Okay, I understand that,
Yeah, yeah. yeah.
but to be asked to do it,
We're not the prime movers. on
no,
this.
but they've got to approve everything
Yeah.
that takes place and the paperwork involved with volunteers and all that. I just think, hey, we're gonna share some weight, they need to share some weight.
yes, and they are all, most of them are just starting out.
Yeah,
So they gotta get their bearings first
Yeah.
on that.
We just gotta, just try not to bite more.
Then we should do.
Yeah.
Do we want to table the idea of having a community yard sale till maybe next year?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if people want to do a community or a yard sales, do it. A lot of people do that, they're cheap.
These days, I was just gonna say.
That's exactly why I suggested it, Mike, because it takes away from people coming to cheese days because they're going to all of the garage sales instead. So if we have community-wide garage sale, doesn't mean everybody takes their stuff down to the landing and have a giant flea market out there. It means all of the advertising would be done and all of the participation would be on the same day and everybody would know, like maybe that would be the Sunday, not the Saturday that the cleanup was. But that might ease some of the conflicting events, because I remember last year when we were evaluating Tuesdays, there were so many activities going on for, what, 5 days? And people just got burned out and didn't attend like they might have in the past, because we keep expanding what happened.
And what do you guys think about having one large project or multiple small projects? Would you guys like to do this all in one day? Do you want to spread it over 2 days?
I think the cleanup needs to be all.
One day,
But
while you got people there,
Okay.
you know.
other things,
Okay, I know that it has been decided that it will be on May 30th this year. I would like you guys to think about for next year having it in April, because the kids at the high school have finished all of their volunteer hours by the end of April, so they have no incentive
Cindy's-
to be doing any hours for volunteer if it's in May. So to have it earlier, you'll get way more kids, because usually they put it off and then at the very end, they're like, I need seven hours.
Yeah.
That'd be a good way to get a lot of volunteers, kill two birds with one stone.
Yeah, so,
We want to do it in April, why did we pick May? Something says you have to do it in May now.
Yeah.
we used to, initially it was to get it as close to summer. So that if you do it too early, everything grows back and it doesn't even look like
Yeah.
it did anything.
But the things that I looked at that were projects last year, there's still, like even the, one of the projects was to do weeding for the posts that are up at the corner down
Yeah.
here.
Mm.
And I look at those and there's a little bit of green around there, but it's not anything like it was when it started.
I just hit it with some Roundup.
Well, it was out right now.
Spruce is the stuff that works now.
so,
Huh?
so we can talk about the
Spruce.
date for it, for next year in a year or so, when we get closer to then. All right.
So are you saying you wanna keep it as May this year, or because it could be moved up? Nothing's been done, like Sarah said.
Until this big meeting, there's.
Okay, so how do you guys feel about it? Do you guys want to change it to April to get the kids to be able to do their volunteer hours?
Like the end of April.
We could do the end of April.
I know that the Lions Club on their May meeting, they clean up the park.
Okay.
They just do that every year.
Well, what I wonder is if their hours have to be turned in at the end of April, is it the last Friday of April? Because then that last weekend would still count like May, where they don't have any hours. So we could make it for the last weekend in April that they have volunteer hours to do.
Have you talked with the school about this?
I asked them when, and they just said that they have to have it finished by the end of April, but they didn't have a set day because it changes every year. So we could make it the third weekend of April every year, and then they'll always have hours.
I would say stretch it as late as you can get away with it.
Okay.
If they
25th
say,
is the last Saturday of the month, and there's still 4 more school days in April after that.
That is perfect. So what are your guys' thoughts about that though? April 25th?
yeah, or later if you can get it.
They're not a weekend, like.
That's the last.
That's the
one.
last.
That's the last one for April.
Yeah, for April.
Well, then go into May.
There's no volunteer hours for me. They have to have their,
Are you sure of that?
I called
Okay,
them.
absolutely.
Well, that good time for us to get people planting the planters and all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
So.
It'll get the teenagers more involved with the
Mhm.
spark stuff.
Especially if we get a list really soon, because if the kids have that, they can start initialing which ones they want to do. I know they like to prepare, and then the school itself has tools and stuff that they can use for that sort of thing.
Do all grade levels at Toledo have community service?
Yes, and you start with a lower amount as a freshman, and by your senior year, you have almost double what you would have as a freshman. So it
Yeah.
goes up every year.
20 hours.
Yeah, seniors are up there.
Okay, so what date do you look at?
April 25th.
April 25th.
We'll change to 9:30, sounds good.
9:30 and 1.
And to make it official. Can I get motion?
Is it our authority to change the date or make the date?
Hasn't been set, so, other than the mouths, but it's not, I don't think, is it?
It has.
Oh, it has.
Oh, it has by the city?
But
What I understand is that this is the day that's going to happen. I can take this back. I'm still like learning a lot on what you guys have to say over versus what needs to go back to council. So I don't know if this is something that needs to go back to council
okay, and if it does,
to,
And
Monday, right? Monday they have meeting.
yeah, but I can't. I
Put
don't
it on
know
there.
how that works either, like, I mean, we can add it in, like, I mean, there's a lot of steps into this, so when we're planning stuff. We can discuss it, but then there's a lot of things I have to take back and get direction on what needs to happen, what we can do, what you guys get to say over, what council has to say over. To my knowledge, this is set for April 30th. We're moving forward. I was
May
told that
30th.
students, aside from seniors, can get volunteer hours continuously.
You mean May 30th?
May
Or yeah, sorry,
Yeah,
May
May 30th.
30th. I don't know. I'm taking notes at this point.
All right, so do we want to let Sarah ask first, and then we can have a workshop in the first part, actually.
Well, can I interrupt for a second? You need to also think, if you want it, if they say, yes, we can move it to April 25th, that's a month away. You guys are already telling me that you won't be here for spring break. That takes another week out. We have 3 weeks to plan this. Or less. In addition to other stuff. So I just wanna throw that out there.
What do you think about this, moving this thing up, so it's like,
I think moving it up is a good idea for exactly the reason Elizabeth mentioned. We only had 3 or 4 high schoolers who were doing community service, and they all came from the alternative high school. We had some younger kids who were there with their parents who did some work, and we had some Boy Scouts who came with Jeff and did some work as well. Those were the kids that were there. As far as getting it done, it's March 12th right now, and that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 6 weeks plus a couple of days to get it taken care of. And depending on how extensive you want to do it, especially the fact that this isn't the first rodeo, I think it could be done. Especially with the help of the city with the advertising part of it.
Are you gonna do what you did last time, Ron, this time?
What am I gonna do? I'm going to help, I'm gonna assist them. I'm not gonna lead the parade.
Okay.
So, I'll do anything that they want me to do. First and foremost, I'll change the date on the sign. It needs to be changed anyway, because it was the 31st last year. But, I think the more important thing that needs to be decided before you move off this topic is what kinds of projects you want to include. Do you want to have a lot of little ones like you did last year, or do you want to do a couple of bigger ones?
I'd say little ones, so they can have different groups doing
Yeah.
stuff, and everybody contributes and feels good about it. And
Yeah.
all that, and the
We're all playing.
grandiose ones, leave that to the city, they.
Well, the grandiose one we were thinking about was painting this building. And Rachel has been telling me since I moved here that,
Needs to be.
she was going to do that, but she was gonna do it herself. It wasn't the city that was gonna do it. I don't think the city is gonna bother to do it, to be honest with you.
Well, what we could do, since if we can have it on April 25th, is we can have, besides our next park board meeting, we can have 2 additional workshops, one at the end of this month and one right before the cleanup day. That way we can be on par with everything we can do to keep track of stuff, if you guys want to do it that way.
So are we just gonna focus on the parks or are we focusing on everything?
We'll focus on the parks.
Okay.
We'll get information from Public Works to find out about what is needed at the big one, the little one, Steamboat Alley, see how many people are interested, and then go from there on it.
You also need to contact the Lions and see what they're gonna do since the first
Since-
of the days, they're there to work in the park.
Okay.
The one thing that didn't get, no, there were two things that didn't get attention in the park last year, for lack of time or lack of equipment. One was, rejuvenating the picnic tables because they're looking pretty weathered, pretty splintery, etc.
So I have talked to Principal Leggett at the high school about that, and he is fully on the go for having us transport the picnic tables to the high school and having the high schoolers either repair them, or if we provide the wood for it, they will build picnic tables for the park.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
The other thing was power washing playground equipment. We didn't have enough power washers to be done.
Well, I kind of like the idea of the teenagers fixing up the picnic tables.
You like it?
Mhm.
Me too.
Cause then they're putting they're putting their stamp in the place that they grew up in.
Mhm.
Could they have them ready by then, though?
That depends on how many projects they currently have right now, but I will make a meeting with the principal and see what we can do and what would be required as far as cost for wood and stuff like that. And the coating that you need over the wood to make it weatherproof.
We have any kind of a budget?
Sarah?
Do we have any money to
This is-
spend on?
This is a volunteer thing, so to my knowledge, Rachel can potentially provide a little bit of money, but she would need to know what it's for and how much when it comes to like outside things.
Yeah, if we're talking tables and supplying the wood.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is strictly a volunteer
Right,
project
right.
that we are manning.
Right.
But this is a volunteer project, has costs associated with it.
Mhm.
Right, and this is city property in the long run.
This is where it's hard for me. I don't know a lot of things. I'm learning. I really am, and I have to go back to Rachel with a lot of questions after every meeting. So I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. I got notes. I have
Yep.
Yeah.
a lot of notes. I don't know.
So.
We can try to change the date to the 25th.
I think that decision has to be made before next Tuesday night if we're gonna make announcements.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and she's not back until Tuesday at this point.
I can tell you that there are 3 different types of picnic tables and.
Okay.
There are 10 picnic tables that are inside the picnic kitchen area. They were built from 1933 to 1942 by the Civilian Conservation Corps. They're up to 95 years old. They'll never wear out. They'll last 1,000 years. There are 2 types outside the park. Right? That are fairly new. I don't know which ones need to be repaired or replaced. I haven't seen any.
I've only really noticed the one next to that kind of covered area that's in front of the kitchen area. They're covered, so there's that long table that's right there, the top of it.
Yes,
That-
those are part of the 10 that were built in
Wow.
they disbanded in 1942 when the war started.
Mm,
The WPA that actually installed them there disbanded in 1943.
mm.
They didn't install them there. I found out today that the park was built in the late 50s,
Yeah.
mid to late 50s. So this material was turned over to the states, Oregon, Washington, and California, to their own states to deal with it as they could. I don't know exactly how it got from their storage area to our building, which includes the fireplace, the cast iron warming area behind it, the 2x2 behemoth. I don't know who put it in there, but apparently it happened in 1956 to 1958 when they built the building. So it works. I don't know exactly how to use it, but the lower area is supposed to be for high heat. The upper area is for baking
Hmm.
and chili cook-offs and stuff like that. The surface area is supposed to be for cooking hot dogs and keeping things warm.
Do all campsites have picnic tables?
No,
There were about 200 to 300 of them built by the CCC and the WPA, almost exactly alike. I've seen 3 or 4 different variations. Ours is one of them. And how we got a hold of that building, I'll have no idea.
But, so there is a need for tables to go on certain campsites, because
Yes.
we don't have any.
Yes.
Yeah, okay,
Because
And-
if you have a limited amount, then people end up pulling
Right,
ones
right,
to where they're
right.
at.
so we need to look at that, okay.
There must have been a huge campaign in the fifties to get all the material here. But I haven't found that out yet, but I will. I have researched everything in that park. To find out what it used to look like when it was new.
Did they ever put that game in the park that we approved?
No, I couldn't see it. The cribbage board,
Yeah, the cribbage board.
I don't know
I
how
don't
that fell through or who.
The xylophone
Someone-
there,
Xylophone.
yeah. But did the cribbage?
But the cribbage thing is gonna be, yeah,
I'll ask Rachel about it.
Also on this subject, Steamboat Alley has old gas line. It's the meter quite large. It's not connected, apparently. The Philbrook's bought that property and he was out there doing a lot of work on the side and he told me we could get it removed. They don't care because he said it's not hooked up. So I wouldn't mind, I'll ask city council if we can have that removed to give us more room. But is it fine with you if I go to that?
It's fine with me.
Yes, that would be great. It's not working, it's just in the way,
Yeah,
and it's not fun to look at.
no, it isn't.
Moss growing.
Mm.
The whole floor, the whole ground is covered with moss and steamboat out.
Well, maybe we can get someone there on cleanup
Pressure
day.
washer last year. We did.
Yeah. City maintenance.
Mhm.
All right, if you guys don't have any more to say about the cleanup day, we can move on to the walk in the park.
Okay, so I'm gonna put into the, community events calendar that I hand out on Tuesday night. Is April 25th, right?
How about I call you, find out what Rachel says, because she
Just
won't
say
be
yes.
in until Tuesday.
City council. So, one other thing too, if we wanna go ahead and put it on for things to do, is the Oregon Trail marker, that's a micro mini park. It's really overgrown, it hasn't had anything done on it since we originally did it.
Yeah.
In 2016, I think it was, so, my husband did say that if we could get a crew to clean it up, he'd buy some plants for it. But he doesn't want just the random junk from people's yards that got put in there the last time. He said things like, you know, that are gonna stay green all year is what we would do, so that it doesn't look so overgrown.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
There's always been a little question of who takes care of that, it's the city, but there's also the church right there. Yeah,
Yes.
do they mow the lawn? Well, sometimes they do.
Yeah,
They don't.
yeah.
Yeah.
They only mow up to the, sign.
Where there's a city council meeting on Monday night, do they address the issue of the date then?
I don't know. I just messaged Rachel. She said by end of day Friday.
Oh, okay.
So,
That's better than Monday.
yeah, no, like next Friday.
Oh, not so much.
You mean for an agenda item?
So I don't know if they'll. I'm sorry, I don't know. Know how to answer your questions right now. Like I said, when I get information from you guys, I take it back, it goes to Rachel, it goes to council. Or it's something we already know that you guys can agree on. This is stuff I have to take back to Rachel and get direction on what's going on. This is a brand new event. I'm still learning how to do these events. I can't give you answers right now.
So in the meantime, we can drive around and look to see what we think needs to be fixed. And that could be our starting point, because we'll still need to do that anyways. And if we do it before we find out, if we find out we can't have it till May 30th, at least we'll have that part done. So we can only do what we can do up until we know more information.
How about we vote that we make a motion and send it to the city council that we change the date on the 25th? Send it to the mayor, say put it on the agenda. There's no reason why they can't do a last minute thing on the agenda.
The park board has to present anyway, presented from your presentation.
But they can't make a decision unless it's on agenda.
Unless it's an agenda item, yeah.
Mm.
Is that something that we can do?
You can, I don't know how that would work because the agenda is already done. So then, I don't,
It would have to wait till the next meeting after.
that, it could go on as an amendment, it could go on as a other business, but are you guys gonna be there for that, like?
It can go on the agenda because you're still within the 72-hour umbrella. That means by tomorrow morning, if you can put it on the amended agenda, then that's possible, according to Robert's Rules of Order anyway. Yeah, business is still 72 hours.
Oh, is that what you guys wanna do? Mike, is that what you wanna do?
What?
Do you want to, vote to have it go up for council on Monday? For them to make a decision?
Sure.
That helps you out for your Tuesday meeting, if it can be done. If it can't be done, it can't be
My
done.
only interest is to make this an act calendar, and if we can't decide that, I'll just take community cleanup off the calendar, I'll just can't be there.
Okay.
Which is like, what's the point of the calendar?
Well, all I would need is a motion. For it to go on the agenda for Monday.
I move that the park board request to the city council on Monday that we change the date of the city cleanup from May 30th to, what was it, April 25th.
Second.
Okay,
And if the clerk or if the mayor says can't be done, it can't be done, it can't be put on the agenda then.
okay. Motioned by Gary, seconded by Mike. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. All right, on to our walk in the park business. John Bordy went and collected all the rocks and dropped them off at the school. And I picked up the paint and the primer, and that's been dropped off at the school. They will start painting the rocks next week. They will take pictures. They will have media release that they'll be able to get images so that we can get that to Owen for the Chronicle and get people to know what kinds of things are happening for the walk, so they're more interested in it. So that has been set in motion. Anne offered up her services if you guys want to say yes to it as free face painting during the walk in the park.
Sounds good.
All tips go to walk in the park donations.
Or just have a donation thing out there that says
Feeling tipsy?
tips and donation,
I love that. And Dory mentioned that she talked to the axe throwing vendor, and they said that if they don't have to give any money towards the event, they will offer free axe throwing to anybody, any of the kids that want to do it at no charge.
Just kids?
They might do adults too, but that's just
What's the insurance situation?
I
don't know what the-
it's not
I hope
real
so.
axes, it's the kid ones.
Oh.
The kid axes, so no forms of danger.
Because I'm thinking of the axe place that's in Centralia.
Oh. Well,
So what's the
hopefully
axe made out of?
It's like those, yeah, plastic ones.
Okay.
Rubber.
They're like partially blown up. Maybe it's something else.
So that is an option that we can also have. Okay, and when I go talk to the principal about the picnic tables, I will ask him if the wood shop wants to volunteer their time to make signs for the walk.
And ask the woodshop person what the cost would be if we had to supply the wood. So we have an idea of cost, if this is gonna be something we have to pay.
Sure, not only wood would probably,
The
unless
varnish.
you're building a new table, but it would just be the surface.
sanding the surface and sealing it.
Yeah, using a sealer.
Yeah,
And you would need to, if the kids were able to make these picnic tables, they would need that sealant every year. It has to
Yeah.
be sanded down every year. So they'll have lots of volunteer hours available if they want them.
good.
Right. Sarah, did you hear anything back about the shirts? Do we want to go with?
Yes, so we are going to go with, the corrections facility doing them. I need to know a color and if we wanna use the same logo as last year's.
Okay.
And then I can get an accurate, estimate.
Logo.
Oh,
Yeah, so design the shirt the same, pretty much, just put a new year and it'll have new sponsors on the back, obviously.
What do you guys feel about the color of the shirt? Is there any preference?
got shirts from the past, so I can look and see what colors we've already used, so that we don't do the same one over again. This is a Cheese Day shirt on here, but
I don't think we've done red. Yeah, we've done brown, gray,
Done blue.
green.
I think we've got yellow too.
Yeah, I think we have that in there.
Overhead, that's.
We do red, we could do orange for caution. Like cones.
Does the color affect the price when we purchase shirts?
That is a good question.
That I'm not 100% sure, I was just told I needed a color and about the logo before I get a full estimate, so I'm assuming so.
Well, if we go with red shirts and black writing, that would be great since Toledo is red, black and white.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Or if it's a dark red, then white.
wait,
Everything.
so would you guys rather have red or dark red?
All I know is that if you put red on or black on red,
Yeah.
it's hard to read.
Okay,
Just because it is. But if it's white on red, either light red or light red, but regular red or dark red,
Mm.
then of course it's easier to read. But
How about we say this is what we're looking at, but ask the people what, in their opinion, what would
except for we
look the
can't,
best?
except for we can't get comments from the public.
Okay,
And then speaking of the colors, the dark red with white red is more appealing.
Okay. Do you guys want to go with that?
sure.
Okay, that's cool.
Want to make a motion, Mike?
Sure. Dark red with white lettering of the shirts. I move.
Second,
Yeah.
motion by Mike, seconded by Ann. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. All right. And will you let us know what their cost assessment of that is the next
Yeah,
one?
I'll think about it.
And using the same one.
Same.
Are we going with the cheaper company than last year? They were very expensive.
Yes, we will be using the corrections facility. So it'll be much cheaper. Do they have the same fabric for all their shirts, or
They
is
have
that
like so many different options, so.
will you let us know what your guys' city choices are, or?
Yeah, so what they're doing is they're getting me quotes, which I think is where the color needed to come in,
Okay.
probably some fabrics that don't have certain colors.
Okay,
So,
that makes sense.
yeah, I'll have options, just I need that information before I can get the quotes.
Is there any other decisions that we need to make for Walk in the Park today?
Don't think so, right? This
What were we discussing the last time about the price for the vendors, and we got into,
So we're still working on the forms for that because there's a certain way we have to write it.
Okay, so
Because
we're,
it's not a requirement to pay, it's like a required donation, kind of. It's the right phrasing, but accurate.
because we mentioned something once about price for a space, but then donate an item to a raffle.
Both, and it's common, so Dory, her her family, the S40's
Yeah.
family. She's a vendor. She's been a vendor for cheese days, egg days, and she says it's standard to not only pay a fee as you know, have your vendor fee,
Right.
but also donate an item for the raffle.
My question is, last year, of course, they didn't do any business.
Hmm.
And I'm wondering, is there some carrot we can hang out there to encourage maybe those that came last year to say, hey, forget it, there's nobody shows. You don't ask for a donation, but you charge for the space. I don't know, I'm just, how
We
we
can't-
encourage them to come out, because it
We
was,
we can't ask for a donation because we're city, or we can't ask for requirement payment because it's a charity event, basically. But Dory, because she's had so many years of experience, she knows how all of the stuff works and she has all the connections to all the people. So if she asks people to come to be vendors there, they will come. And they'll come because they support that family. So the amount of people we're gonna get as vendors, there's actually gonna be quite a bit, and she's talking to them right now, getting people already signed up, like on a list on her own, but they'll still have to fill out the Contigo form once we have it ready.
She's the one to talk to if she needs help finding vendors and stuff.
I thought we had kind of left that it was up to the boardies to do this.
They're doing the vendor portion of
Yeah.
it. They know how to run that stuff, but we still have to help because we're together.
The walk and all of that is kind of. Are we letting them go ahead? It's their thing.
Yeah, no, they're the ones that are gonna get yeah.
Or maybe they should decide what color the shirt should look like and all of that.
No.
Oh, yeah, no, they're just happy that we're working
Yeah.
together.
Yeah. Make it good.
Mhm.
You got a passion coming. You gotta
Mhm.
Go for it.
And they have quite a few more ideas too. They're working on trying to find somebody in the Bordy family willing to make a quilt so that we can have another quilt. And they're also working on a photo album book of older photos of Esther, so that when you come to go sign up, you can flip through the book and see what her life was like. So we're gonna have a few more things this year. The goal is to improve it every year, see what we can do.
Jim, that paper that he had a picture of this before.
Yes, it's all,
Yeah.
I saw her, looked like they were next to the mayor.
All right, so moving on to other business, park volunteer gym deck.
I got some remaining issues from the winter volunteer effort. The water still needs to be turned on at 14 locations. There are 11 RV spots. The host water was never turned off, so his is on and working. There are 3 additional spots, one at the tent space, one behind the bathrooms, and one at the horseshoe pit. That need to be turned on, so we can clean the roof of the bathrooms. The splash pad, I put a decal on because I did a research on what it used to be when they first installed it. And it said quarters only, 50 cents to start,
Right.
25 each additional minute. Apparently that's free now,
It is.
yeah,
okay? So I used dielectric oil on the push button and got it working again. And I have a new sticker to go over the one I put on that says free, just push button. Okay? Had I known, but okay. Melissa is already working on, like you said, ADA compliance in the bathrooms and the park. It's gonna go in the kids' play area. I did already clean the kids' equipment.
Okay.
Okay, that's all done. An issue just arose last week. Floodlights at the memorial suddenly went off. I talked to John, he said maybe it's a break of the trip, but I had replaced the floodlights on the street side, people can see. The ones on the other side that excuse me, they were on, but nobody could see them.
Hmm,
So I thought maybe somebody saw the new lights, said, oh, we need to turn those off,
yeah.
because there are homes there. New homes, and I think you live in one of them, or
Oh, close way, yeah.
Oh, so
Yeah, I
the
put
lights-
diffuse light bulbs, the par 38 special bulb that go in them. I put diffuse lights in the area that shines at the homes,
Right,
and a spotlight that goes up to the flag.
Yeah.
Is the standard par 38 bulb. So they can see the lights, but they don't blind them,
right, yes.
okay?
Probably
So
what happened.
anyway, they've been off for 5 days. And it's kind of disrespectful. The flags need to come down and be laundered. Both of them are very dirty. I could not get the keyholes to work. I lubed them. Maybe somebody has keys to that. I have the master key CH751s that I use on everything else,
For
but
what,
they didn't work.
what lock? What-
The tank poles were locked.
Oh, okay.
Have locks for each pole. There are 3 remaining stacks of tree debris. I chainsawed all the down trees and limbs. Except for John came in and his compadre, and they took the big one that came over that fell into the park. They cut that one up and removed 5 stacks. I had 17 stacks of lumber. All are gone, and 5 pop-up stacks that just popped up. Because I have 2 guys that are helping me that walk their dogs there, 2 friends of mine, and they've been going throughout the park and finding brush and whatever. We got rid of all that last Saturday,
That is amazing.
so there are no horseshoes for the horseshoe pit. We I went with Damien, Rachel gave him the keys last week, she came in on Sunday. We checked everywhere, there are no horseshoes for the horseshoe pits. I restored the horseshoe pits, put up new horseshoe rule signs. And there's 1 horseshoe,
One horseshoe.
old yellow horseshoe, that's it.
Ah.
They're very expensive horseshoes.
Was there an area where they just used to hang and people used to?
We thought maybe they put them in the storage
Storage.
shed. There were none in there. I did repaint and replace the broken slats in the window to the storage shed. That had been laying there for about 10 years.
Mm.
And painted over that so the rot didn't take it over. That's been done. And last but not least, the gravel on the roads. I filled all the potholes with the gravel that's in the pile in the back. The pile is half gone. It was the pile that was left over from the grant money that came from the Kent Road,
Mm.
the Kent area that Joe just planted the trees in. There's not enough gravel there to do anything else. I put gravel around the 17 fire pits. And to make them safe. The gravel was already there, I just had to replace it in some areas. And the roads around have lowered areas, they've kind of bottomed out and sunk over the years, because it used to be a floodplain.
Yeah.
So. They had about $300 a load, to take about 10 loads. To redo all the roads there. Now, you maybe get a better deal if you buy in bulk like 10 loads, but I've had 2 loads delivered to my house. And there were 300 each, so of the same rock that you need, so
What is the type of rock?
it's like 1.5 inch, I think.
Shot rock.
I think it's called
I
shot rock,
think it's from
gravel,
from-
driveways.
from Goods.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what we got.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
Is it tax better?
it packs it, yeah, that's shot rock, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what they call it. I knew they had a name, I didn't know what it was. Anyway, I think that's it, everything that I did not know we were having a community cleanup day. So for 3 months I've been cleaning it up. No.
Well, we appreciate you. You did a lot of work.
And I had a little help from some of the junior high kids came in and helped me burn a lot of the old rotted wood that was in the wood building, which became itself a fire hazard. Ironically, but we cleaned it all out, we cleaned all the trash out, restacked the wood. And kids were great. I think everything's pretty much done. Like I said, before the city council meeting, the last one, I addressed a little bit. But I need to bring this to the park board's attention because that's your purview. And I think Sarah knows everything else. I think I think the water faucet needs to be fixed. I don't know if you,
Yep, I know about that.
okay. I didn't have the wrench to get in and take that water line off. And I'm a little too heavy for that still, because it's back there and up.
Yeah.
You need one of those skinny plumbers back there. Like I say, all the electrical and all the plumbing otherwise is fixed. Except I don't know what plumbing issues remain until the water is turned on. I talked with John. I think I'm becoming sort of a pest with him. You know, he's tired of talking to me. I think he made mention the other day, like, you need to bring this up to the city. Like, okay, I get it. So, he said he would come in and get those debris piles,
Okay,
the ones, because I was gonna do them, but then the new park house showed up.
Yeah.
And, it's like, okay, I will steal his thunder. I'm gonna back out of here. I have two more signs coming in. One that says park host, ironically. And it goes on the tree there, and space number one, which is that he lives in space number one, is the only one not marked.
oh, okay.
So that's, that one of them is in, the other one's gonna be here, and the new sticker. All the other signs that fell apart and were damaged, and I found on the ground, I've replaced, I've had them made, put them all up. Even the distance sign are around 1/4 mile. I had to do some research on that, and then I had to go actually measure it to verify. But it is a 1/4 mile around, so.
Yeah, it used to be. the-
Yeah.
It used to be the track that I did interviews with people. And another one like I did with your wife today, yeah. So, yeah, all that's done. Thing about the charcoal briquette sign is back up. The horseshoe rules signs are back up. The old wood signs didn't last.
Are you getting reimbursed for those?
No, I'm retired. I live pretty comfortably. So,
Well, we appreciate what
Oh,
you do.
man,
We
yeah.
really do.
so, that's boots on the ground. That's the last of it. Damien has it. I've got confidence in him. Everything is cleaned up. We went in the storage areas. We found them remarkably clean. Couldn't believe it. I expected disaster in the shed,
Right, that's the one right next to the.
right next to the host.
Yeah.
Because I had to clean it up, I had to clean all the mud off the walls and the exterior and the moss and debris, and I had to repaint it.
Yeah, that used
So
to be the restroom.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it has two entrances.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
We went in the front and we went in the back. I could not believe it. It was clean in there. And in the, behind the restrooms, the utility room, clean. After all the storm damage and whatever. The park, the walk in the, I don't know if the walk in the park addresses any issues, but the cleanup day apparently does address all these issues. And I apologize for doing all that.
No, you're so helpful.
I didn't want to steal anybody's thunder. I didn't know there was a cleanup day happening.
I'll come to all the meetings and tell us what we know.
I've lived here for 10 years, but I was never home. I basically used my house for storage. For my personal effects.
what do you,
I was a truck driver. I was retired military and drove a semi around the country for 20 years and bought the Hickenbottom place. You know, when they sold out. And used it for storage until I was just retired. And had I known that you guys did all this, like hell, I would have volunteered on the day. But frankly, a lot of that stuff needed to be worked on, not just dealt with in one day.
Right.
So now the day of cleanup can just do cleanup.
right,
Focus on the things that we couldn't focus on before.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now you can, everything, all the electric is working everywhere. The stage is cleaned and ready to go. I didn't know that you've worked on it before. The memorial area is cleaned and ready to go, with the exception of the flags. And the lights, which mysteriously turned off. Myself and Officer Jackson were there last Saturday night. And the lights were off. For the first time ever.
Jim, is there still the big crack in the bandstand?
I didn't notice the crack.
Well, you couldn't have missed it.
I did,
Maybe they fixed it after last night.
I don't know. No, it's not really a crack, it's where they laid more concrete. So there's
okay,
like
so,
a-
yeah,
Yeah.
There's a cut in.
okay. Anyway, the new trees are nice,
Now, the stage area, does that have one electrical outlet?
it's 3.
There's three, because we talked, remember about
Mhm.
movies in the park and
3 that I
Three.
think they're all working.
working,
I
okay.
know 2 of them are, so.
Alright.
So, see, I don't think there's anything else to discuss. Yeah, the gravel, that's gonna be a tough sell.
Hmm.
That's gonna be a real tough sell because it's expensive. It's a long part.
Yeah,
And you've gotta add the other 800 feet of the RV area. And 11 of the 12 RV areas, you need gravel. The whole shit need gravel.
wow, what are we at on for gravel? How often do we replace it at the park?
Oh, no.
Yeah, if you would,
You're gonna need a set of eyes other than mine to make a decision on the
There's
gravel.
probably some kind of. Good thing.
Yeah. I mean,
I
I
don't know.
I can take it back, but I don't know any answers to even potentially give you, right?
Yeah,
The gates were sagging on the south end. I did adjust them back up, tighten them back down, and replaced one wheel side with the one that broke over. I actually repaired the same one. It's non-functioning, it barely works, you have to drag the gate over now. Because the wheel's no good. The wheels are like $60 each, the wheel sets, they bolt onto the bottom rail. And one of them has a flat tire and is hopeless. The other one's the one that I aired the tire up and repositioned after I got the gate jacked up level, because one gate was like this, and one was like that. And
So we just
What?
need to replace 2 wheels? Or just,
each side of the gate takes a wheel.
okay,
It's a wheel assembly. And it has U-bolts, 2 U-bolts on each side that hold the wheel up. That's something that you may or may not have to deal with, because once the gates are open, you don't close them again the next year.
you're right.
Yeah, so he's already opened the gates open fine. So I don't even know if you would deal with that. Why spend the money?
Vision Toledo bought those gates a few years ago.
I would like to say something about those picnic tables. Those are prized possessions. Like I say, they're 95 years old, they're 300 pounds each.
Okay.
The ones out in the park are 2 different types, they weigh about 100 pounds. The metal ones are lighter than the wood ones. Please don't stain or sand or do anything to the antiques. That would be criminal to mess with that, because if you stain them, they will surely fall apart, rot, split.
we just have to find a way to fix the top of the one that's over by the.
Some of them are just, they're meant to be rustic, okay? And one way you can tell whether or not it's a rustic table is try to lift it.
Might be more like taking the nails out and replacing them or something like that, because there are some nails that are sticking out the top of the.
Okay, so that must be one of the cheaper ones.
Hmm.
Okay. There are a couple cheap ones between the kitchen area and the barbecue pit.
Yes, those ones.
Okay. That was cheap ones, yeah. you would think one of them. They're cheap. But the vintage heirloom tables, that would be so criminal.
That would be really cool to get a little placard that had the information, since you have the years that they were built on them.
Don't know the exact year and don't know how they got there. And that's why I was trying to research today, get a book but it's not in the book. So I've asked the librarian, where can I go to find this? And she's not sure. So I may have to go to Timberland headquarters.
Yeah, if they came from the depression or.
Depression area, they hired 3 million people.
Yeah, 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 there
And-
might be some record.
It wasn't even a
somewhere.
park there though.
Yeah,
the park wasn't even created, so.
No, they built them and they had the materials over 1942 to the WPA, which in turn handed it over to the state governments and county government.
Yeah.
To use as they see fit. Now, what you had to do is you had to petition them to get this material in your park. After they had finished 100 to 300 of their own projects, parks that they did. And ours was constructed in the late 50s from this material. I don't know where they stored it, or how they got their hands on it, and I'm dying to find out.
Be very interesting to find.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't recall seeing anything in there, and I read all of the city minutes. But you know who might know where they came from? Is Buswell,
He's dead.
not Don. He told me him and his dad plowed all of that. We weren't gonna find any artifacts for the, if we had to. dig.
Also Schillinger. Gordon.
He wasn't here then, he didn't come till later.
I'm gonna
Well,
find out more about that warmer. I'll take a picture of it, and ChatGPT wants me to take a picture of it. Because they know a lot.
yeah.
And the AI has been a great help to me.
Mhm.
And finding out all this information about the park, its history, when it was built, all this stuff. And the materials, so
Well, we appreciate all the information
it's
that.
been fun
You're
for
giving
me,
us.
it's kept me busy, and they didn't kick me out.
So it's nice.
Which I figured that once they found out I was in there doing all this equipment and whatnot. Speaking of equipment, I don't think Damien has any equipment.
Good equipment.
I know the lawnmower is back. John told me it's back from the service department. I guess they service, they sharpen the blades, but he doesn't have the chainsaw that I have. And he doesn't have the leaf blower that I have. The leaf blower cleans the roads. I've been going over there 2 or 3 times a week cleaning the roads, and then because trees are deciduous trees, it means they drop leaves everywhere, they drop branches, and and we've got 15 more deciduous trees. planted, so. We've got more maple leaves coming, so
It'll be years.
almost, yeah, we'll be all
We'll
done.
have to worry about it.
Yeah. Almost all the leaves are broken up and gone.
Okay.
Constant leaf blowing has done its damage. The lawnmower will take care of the rest of them as soon as he gets it.
Okay.
Don't know where he's asked me where he stores it. I don't know. They definitely won't fit in those old bathrooms. I guess they were old bathrooms. Yeah,
Very small.
because they're like 28, 30-inch wide doors.
Those bathrooms were built at the same time as the kitchen.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like the same material, the same logs and all that. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank
Okay,
you so
and that's-
much for.
Oh, man, thank you.
Yeah. it's
Yeah.
I know you-
Informative, yeah. Yeah, you gave me all this information. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think, oh yeah, the ADA compliance, I tell you about Melissa, she was in measuring the doors of the bathrooms.
Hmm.
And she's gonna put that bar below the kids' play area. It's kind of keeps the kids from breaking their legs when they fall.
Oh, yeah.
So,
With Melissa.
From,
she's the contract.
yeah.
Oh.
That's it.
Thank you so much.
And I've turned it over and I'll see you guys next winter.
Okay.
You come back to all the meetings, and
Yeah.
everything we look at. All
I
right.
won't bother Johnny.
It'll be really easy to change that sign's date.
Yeah, she said,
Just put a 0 on
oh, for
there.
the,
May-
yeah. All right, so we don't have our park host here yet, so he's not presenting tonight. We have gotten a lot of information on here, don't know if we have any more. Sarah, you have any informational? Okay, and any public input before we adjourn?
Just real quick, Amanda Jones. We do have 2, picnic tables at the water tower. And John says they don't use them, but one of them is the metal kind with the wood
Yeah.
seats. I have a top for that. It's a handicap top. It's not the greatest. It's red. Because the other one came and it was slightly damaged, so they sent me another replacement, so I have one extra. So we can fix that table up, the seats, I think, the wood seats. It's been over a year since I looked at them, because I didn't have any way, and nobody would help me lift them, and they weigh a ton. And the other one is another one of those small Lewis County.
Lewis County tables, yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah, it's wooden, but it looks like it's in pretty good shape, you know, it's thick wood and everything.
We'll take all we can get.
Yeah, so we may be able to, get Public Works to open it on our cleanup day, and there'll be enough people that we can load it in the trailer and get the two of them out there, and then maybe have some guys take off the old wooden boards on the top that are just rotted out and put on the handicap.
Maybe they can put it over there, one of the fire pits that are sitting all by themselves, they're so loaded.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is a supplies, the boat launch. If it applies to this meeting at all.
Yeah.
Okay, so, I've restored there's a sign, there's 3 life jackets.
Mhm.
Well, the life jackets had all fallen down, they were on plastic coat hangers and whatnot. I've put steel hangers, the
Ooh.
original big heavy that hold life jackets and wet things. So I've stored all that, hung all the life jackets back up. There are 2 hazards of navigation at the bottom of the ramp. There's a sunken tree. That's, if you're looking, it's at the west side, if you go down the west boat ramp.
Yeah.
It's sunken, so it's the boats will run into it if they.
Yeah.
And there's one that you can see today, it looks like it's just sitting there because the water is high.
Mm.
But it floated in there when the water was super high, so it's between both ramps, so you can leave it there and whatever. And a tree fell over and it's next to the east side of the boat ramp.
The Public Works know about any of that?
I don't know if fisheries or DNR or somebody.
I know they're already working on it. The tree fell during the windstorm that we had and, the other one was. I don't remember what the other one was, but they're aware. We have to have someone come out and deal with it.
Yeah, it's just.
We can't deal with it. Yeah.
What are we talking? Yeah. The riparian area, the fence that guards people from walking into the riparian area and the river. That was falling apart, propped it up as best I could. It needs a little more work.
Write this down.
I have so much.
There are one section completely down the embankment, don't know where the rest of it is.
Mm.
Uh,
That boat launch, there's a lot of work that needs to be done over there, for
Yeah.
sure.
and the bathroom is still closed. Don't know when they plan on opening those. Well,
Don't.
they do empty the trash cans, I'm very proud of them,
Mhm.
so.
They just throw it in the river.
They haven't been issuing the trash cans in the park. Because I guess they assume, I don't know what they assume, but it says park closed to vehicle traffic, but open to pedestrians. So all winter pedestrians that go in there using the trash cans for everything. And the dog poop collection area. I've taken 2 trips to the transfer station. You get rid of a lot of debris and a lot of big commercial bags full of dog poop. Okay. There are 4 bags of trash under the sink. All 4 labeled, 2 are labeled trash, 2 are labeled pet waste. The ones that are labeled pet waste, I've taped around the top, so the smell doesn't overwhelm you. And I told to John that, and he's a little good, so we don't know if he's gonna do it or not, but there are 4 bags of trash. In the kitchen area under, and they're all marked and labeled and.
Have you ever been in a Lions Club?
I just found out today that the Lions Club still exists.
I love it.
Look at him.
The Lions Club disbanded in 2024 because their website hasn't been updated since 2024. And the last events were 2023. But apparently the guy that makes the website, it controls the domain.
Yeah.
And you like it.
Yeah.
Well, if we don't have anything left to discuss, why don't we adjourn?
Oh, yeah.
Then we can keep talking.
That's something great.
I can get a
Move we
motion.
adjourn.
Jared. Second.
Move to adjourn, motion by Mike, seconded by Ann. All in favor?
All right,
All opposed? Motion carries.
Nice
Adjourned.
meeting you.
thank you for all your work. Woo.
Yeah.
Big hell.